What up, racers? Race number 3 of the NASCAR Truck Series. The first race of the season was won by Cam of Quiet Racing, and then last week Ethan Wetmore of Cobra Kai finished first, which put Wetmore in first place in the NASCAR Truck Series points, with Mark from Invisible Elephant in second, but still 14 points behind. So, without further ado, let's get this race started. We're heading to Germany. It's a very, very short track. It's going to be 20 cars. It's going to be 23 laps. That's right, 23 laps. It's only 17, 18 second laps. So let's get this show on the road. Here is your one-round qualifying. Again, these are all the cars superimposed over each other. This isn't every car on the track at the same time. So if you're just tuning in, it looks all blurry on the screen. This is not every truck on the race at the same time. It's just to save time for qualifying. If we did 20 separate qualifyings, this league would take forever and a day to run, so the game allows us the ability to superimpose over each other. Jack Straw looks like he's got the lead unless he's taken out by Ethan Blakeway. So Blakeway gets the pole, followed by Straw and Mark. And like I've said in the previous races, we just started this league a few months ago, probably about a month and a half ago. And so we started out with 20 drivers that filled out our RC Pro-Am series, and then all 20 drivers promoted. So because there were only 20 drivers to start the season, each one of those 20 drivers are able to participate in both the NASCAR Truck Series and the F1 Superkart Series. And they can participate in both of those series in as long as no one bumps them out from the RC Pro-Am or the Amateur Series. So eventually, we'll have people promoting from RC Pro-Am and from Amateur, which will bump out any driver who's driving in two different series. So that will force you to pick either the F1 Series or the NASCAR Series. But right now, all of these racers are able to race in both F1 and NASCAR. So Mark has the lead right now for Invisible Elephant, followed by Ethan Wetmore from Cobra Kai and Ethan Blakeway from Gunner Motorsports. Let's take a little bit of a look down. Cam is in fourth, AJ and a bunch of trucks here in a group here, almost going 3 wide. What I've noticed in a lot of these NASCAR Truck Series is there's a lot of damage that gets picked up because these trucks are on very, very tight ovals, and there's a lot of damage picked up. I mean, you can see right now you got Scott Justice taking the outside on AJ, but not after he banged into Burnout to get there. And these trucks tend to go 3 wide a lot around these turns, which also hurts picking up some damage. The best place to be is in first place, and that tends to be the case in real life racing. Less damage when you're in first. Right there, AJ banged into Nelly Selly. Took a little bit of a damage out of him. But it's a pretty day here on the racetrack here in Germany. No rain in the forecast. Ethan Blakeway now has the lead over Mark. Spun out there a little bit. So now we've got Blakeway, Mark, and Wetmore in the podium spots right now. Let's head on over to 9th place. Captain Burnout trying to get around Tim Burkhart and Scott Justice here. Burkhart's picked up a decent amount of damage, but still looks pretty good. The tires seem to look good on his truck as well. AJ is in 9th trying to get around a grouping that's coming up, but we've got a lot of banging going on here with Burnout and Cam and Justice going 3 wide there. Burkhart almost tried to make it 4 wide. Blakeway still has about a 2.5 second lead, almost a 3 second lead over Mark right now, up at the leaders. And if we scroll through a little bit, we got Jacob Smith here from Rainbow Warriors Racing in 13th, battling Watterson and Lippa, both Top Gun purple cars there in the same spot. Tires look pretty good. Looks like Cantaloupe is going to be our first. Cantaloupe and Justice are our first guys to pit. Cantaloupe comes flying out of the pits, gets Witzke out of the way. Witzke picks up a little bit of damage with that hit, but Cantaloupe, bam, man, Cantaloupe is playing really aggressive right now. In that Algabo Racing Cyan car. Passes 3 or 4 people in one move. Watterson's going to hit the pits, as does Dominic and Blackwood, which moves Cantaloupe from 20th all the way up to 15th, and now he's in 14th, now he's in 13th, now he's in 12th, now he's in 11th. Cantaloupe making some heck of a moves halfway through this race, all the way up to 11th place now. Looking good. It's got some hot tires. Let's see where the leader is here. Blakeway looking good, man. Almost a 6-second lead. Blakeway's got a hot truck right now. And what's the beautiful thing for him, too, is he's already pit. Got Witzke and Glinsky in the pit. Little love tap there. Blakeway's just going to have to try to figure out how to get around some of the lapped people without picking up too much damage and getting slowed down a little bit. Nice move there. Blakeway is looking really good in this race throughout lap 13 of 23. Let's take a look at number 2. Scott Justice from Algabo Racing. Almost 6 seconds back. Chapman's coming out of the pit here. He's in dead last place after his first pit. Invisible Elephant Mark, 3rd place, followed by Wetmore. And Morgan Buddha's moved up a little bit, looking good there, Morgan. And Tim Burkhardt in the number 3 Hunter Green car for BS Racing, followed by Cantaloupe, who's gone from 20th all the way to 7th. Nice work there by the Algabo Racing owner. But again, you got Ethan Wetmore right now, who is leading the Truck Series in points with 55, with Mark in second at 41, and Dominic from Top Gun Racing at 36 points. Wetmore's picked up 2 podium finishes already in the first 2 races. He got a first place in Belgium and took up a second place in Atlanta in race number 1. Blakeway's just cruising. Just absolutely cruising. 6.5 second lead right now. Almost no damage, like I said. It's the best place to be is out in front, but he does have some guys he's going to have to pass here. And he's going to get around Cantaloupe quite quickly. Cantaloupe's fallen off. Cantaloupe really, I don't know what Cantaloupe's thinking. He may have to pit because he's smoking out of the back right now. He's picked up a lot of damage in that move up, but Blakeway is just absolutely cruising. 8-9 second lead over Mark now. And he is having no problems as these lapped racers are pretty much getting out of his way. We're on lap 19. Blakeway with an almost 10-second lead here over Mark. Justice is making a move there over Wetmore, gets into 3rd place. Wetmore looking to try to return the favor. 3 wide here, almost on the curve. Nice move by Straw, pushes Wetmore a little bit out of the way. Wetmore's trying not to pick up too much damage, does not want to pit in the last few laps of this race, wants to try to get into that podium finish. Blakeway now has a 12-second lead. AJ for Invisible Elephant is in 6th. Nice move there by Burnout, taking over that 6th spot. And here's Blakeway. Look at this, man, just cruising. 14-second lead. Good night. Blakeway's picking up basically no damage. People are moving out of the way so that he can just keep cruising. Nelly Selly is currently in 12th. Got some trouble on the track here with Dominic. He needs to pit. Hopefully he pits here. There he goes. He's going to go ahead and pit so he's not going to be a burden on the track. Here's Blakeway cruising. Wetmore's on the last lap. He's just trying to finish, man. Wetmore's in 7th right now. But Blakeway is going to take the checkered on this one with basically no issues whatsoever. I mean, such a huge lead. Here comes Jack Straw looking to take 2nd. Blakeway behind him, but Blakeway's been lapped. Well, Blakeway has lapped everybody. So Straw finishes 2nd, Mark finishes 3rd. See where we're at on the finishers here. There we go. So let's just take a look at this for a second, guys. Ethan Blakeway, Gunner Motors. Are you kidding me? 20 seconds. He had a 20-second victory. 20 seconds. Unbelievable. Huge, remarkable win for Ethan Blakeway and Gunner Motors. Jack Straw, the dude just competes, man. He just finds his way. And so does Mark. I mean, Look, it seems like Invisible Elephant has been basically invisible for the first few races, but check this one out. Podium finish for Mark. AJ snags 5th. So that's a huge win in the Constructors for Invisible Elephant, who obviously won the Constructors last season. So, again, guys, thank you so much for your patience over the last week. Sorry, things have been a little bit crazy here. I've got a lot of estate stuff to work on still, so races will be kind of hit and miss for a little bit until I can figure out kind of my life, getting my life in order after everything that's happened. But I appreciate all of your patience. Thank you so much. And like I said in the last race, if anybody wants to help me run the league, that would be greatly appreciated. It's a really cheap game. It's only $10. And hell, no offense, but if you're willing to help me sim some games and do some things, I'll buy the damn game for you. I mean, I'll Venmo you or PayPal you, and you can buy the game and help out. So, could also use some help plugging in what you see on the screen right here into the spreadsheet. We're just using the point totals. That's basically it. But if anybody wants to help out, please let me know. Would love that. It would really help me a lot. And the more help I get, the more races we can run, the more seasons we can run, the more goodies we can give out in prizes. But we've got 11 minutes in, so that's kind of my goal, 10, 11-minute videos so that we can have time to do other things. And I appreciate everybody's patience, and thank you so much for being in the MVP Racing League. Peace out.